Hello, everybody. Welcome to Something to Talk About. This is the second video in my Kingsmoot week, second of three. We'll be covering Erik Ironmaker. But before we get into that, I feel very compelled to say, welcome, everybody, to Something to Talk About. My name is Taco. Here I talk about A Song of Ice and Fire characters. You might know that. If you've never been here before, click like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Let's just get into it. All right, cool. Let's just jump into it. What's going on here? Pause this if you've never read this. If you're new here, if you're not new here, welcome back. If you are, welcome. And yeah, we're talking about Erik Ironmaker. So this is going to be the second Kingsmoot dude of my Kingsmoot week. So if you haven't seen my Godfrey Gilbert Farwin vid, go watch it. And yeah, so this is the second one, and then coming out later this week, I'll be covering Disdain Drum. It's in the order that they spoke, at the Kingsmoot. So yeah, I always wanted to cover these Kingsmoot guys. I was like, which one should I cover? And I just had the idea after I did a poll, and no one chose the Kingsmoot dudes. Instead, we talked about Baylor Blacktide that after this poll I did a while back. I was like, oh, I should cover Gilbert, or I should cover Erik, and then I was like, why don't I just cover them all? So I'm doing that all this week, all 1 week. Let's giggity go. So Erik Ironmaker, let's get into it. Erik is 8'80", and that means he's 88 years old and weighs around 20 stone. I'm not sure what that means. I heard somebody break it down once, like kilograms. So 20 stones, like 280 pounds or something. I don't know. Somebody's got to tell me in the comments. Good for you. I don't know. Not that smart. I'm kind of an idiot, actually. He has white hair, and his long, massive beard is white too. It covers him like a blanket. Oh, he's never cold. Erik has to be carried on a carved driftwood chair because he can't walk. Where he wears a cloak of a white bearskin. So I'm assuming a white bear is a polar bear. That's kind of awesome. He's got a polar bear skin. That's awesome. Erik's weapon of choice is a monstrous hammer. The large hammer has a haft wrapped in old leather, and its head is a large block of steel the size of a loaf of bread. It's a big hammer. All right, we don't know this guy's sigil as you see in the thumbnail, so I just got the question mark one up. So how's Ironmaker? We don't know anything about this house. It might just be this dude and his bunch of kids and bunch of grandkids, because we don't really know anything about this house. And House Ironmaker is a noble house from the Iron Islands. Neither its arms nor its words are known. The elderly head of the house, Erik Ironmaker, claims to have sailed with Lord Drqagons Greyjoy. That was a while ago. You're old. Okay, so as I said in the Gilbert one, I'm going to be using my same slide, well, with different art for the Kingsmoot. Well, same art, but whatever, different colors for the Kingsmoot slide, because I'm covering characters who went to the Kingsmoot. So sorry if you heard this one earlier this week. King Balon falls to his death while crossing one of the bridges to Pike. Shortly after, his younger brother, Euron Greyjoy, returns from exile and claims the Seastone chair in Pike. Yeah, that's not suspicious. All right. Balon's youngest brother, Aaron Greyjoy, my favorite, learns of the king's death while initiating drowned men on Great Wick. He's just drowning people. That's what they do. He just said, hey, let's initiate people today. You mean just drown people? Yeah. We'll bring them back, maybe. Love their religion. Considering Euron to be a godless man, unworthy of sitting the Seastone chair. No godless man shall shit on the Seastone chair. That was a great typo. What are they called? Misspeaking? Verbal typos. All right. Butchered it. All right. Aaron Dampier calls for a Kingsmoot to choose a new king to be held on the holy isle of Oldwick. See, I'm still laughing about no godless man should shit on the Seastone chair. That's a tongue twister there. These are things I would edit out if I edited. Moving on. All right. The holy island of Oldwick, as Nagas Hill, was where the high kings of the Iron Islands were chosen in antiquity. Okay. So moving on. So Gilbert talked first, and he went up and, did his Gilbert thing, and he's like, we need to go bang seals in the Sunset Sea, or whatever he says, right? So now we're going to get to this guy. The second to speak is Erik. Erik puts himself forth at the Kingsmoot, where his champions are his grandsons Uruk, great name, Thormor, also great name, and Dagon. Well, that's a scary Lovecraft name. Aeron Greyjoy thought Erik might have had a chance 60 years ago. Erik declares himself as Erik the Just and Erik the Anvil Breaker. He has Thormor present his Lars monstrous hammer. He speaks of his many battles and of justice meted out by smashing thieves' hands with the pulp of his hammer, and equates his agent with wisdom and size with strength. He also talks of his many heirs. He's like, you don't have to worry about me, guys. I got a bunch of heirs. So really, wouldn't you be voting for his heir? Like, he ain't gonna live that much longer. He's 88. But he seems like a cool guy. But I guess. Stand up. His gifts are presented by his grandsons. Dumped out large chests that are torrents of silver, bronze, and steel. His speech gathers some support by captains that snatch up some of the choice items. However, Asha Greyjoy demands that he stands up. So yeah, she's like, hey man, you're old, stand up. She's like, hey man, check this guy, Erik Ironmaker. He's so old, he probably actually created iron. She doesn't say that. That's my old school stand-up joke. This guy, he's so old. All right. I shouldn't be filming today. I must be in a good mood. All right. So Euron Greyjoy laughs at this, and Erik turns red. Oh no, he's getting embarrassed. His support crumbles, and his claim is soon dismissed. Later, after Euron Greyjoy's speech, Aeron Greyjoy sees him shouting support for Euron. So Euron wins over Erik Ironmaker even. He's even like, all right, let's give it to the psychopath in the eye patch. I'm old. All right. A new young wife. You didn't see this coming, non-book readers. This is hilarious. Okay. It is revealed that the new king, Euron, arranged a marriage with Erik and his niece, Asha Greyjoy. So Asha fails the Kingsmoot, because Euron wins, and then Asha runs away, and when she's gone, Euron pulls this, which is, all right, it's actually kind of funny. My wayward niece needs taming, the Crow's Eye was reported to have said, and I know the man to tame her. Since Asha fled Old Wick after Euron was chosen, a seal was used to stand in her place for the ceremony, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so Aeron marries his niece over to Erik Ironmaker with a seal standing in for Asha. Come on, I know Euron Greyjoy's a psychopath and he's really evil and stuff. I get that. I agree. But this is hilarious. I know cameras don't exist, but I just want to see the pictures from this wedding. This old dude being carried around on a chair, smiling with this seal. Come on, guys. This is true comedy. All right. In Euron's absence, while at war in the south, Erik is currently holding or ruling as Lord Steward of the Iron Islands and Castle a Pike. Yeah, he's literally in charge of Pike as Euron and Victorian are gone. Victorian's headed to go get Dany, and Euron's down in the south raiding. Erik Ironmaker is in charge of Pike right now. Sure, most of his, all of his strength is gone and stuff, but he's probably still got some ruling going on. Still got some ruling going on. All right. Asha has no desire to return to her new husband. Yeah, go figure. After she is captured by Stannis Baratheon, Asha does not believe Erik could afford to ransom her. All right, guys. We're not done here. We're still going to talk some other stuff, but that's his whole story. I love Erik Ironmaker, and I want to know, he's probably just going to die soon, but I would love to see him come back like, my bride! But I don't know. All right, so the Blood Oath. So this is actually a really cool theory. I'm glad I'm doing these vids because this is a really cool one. I like it. I found a cool little theory by Chris24 on Reddit. a self-proclaimed Blackfyre stan, he connects a line about how the Ironborn owes the Blackfyres a blood oath after swearing to them, then betraying them. Though we're not sure on the timeline, but it is possible that Erik was around during this time or very close to it and might honor the blood oath and support Aegon the Sixth when they claim when he claims the throne. Like, Aegon might be Blackfyre. He's going over with, former Blackfyre supporters, the Golden Company. When he comes and takes the throne, maybe Erik Ironmaker, who's in charge of Pike right now, even though he doesn't have any forces, like, says, yeah, dude, Aegon King, Blackfyres represent, like, we owe them a blood oath. All right. I mean, so since Erik is currently holding the Iron Islands, he might be able to pull that off. I'm skipping over all the details. Go check that theory out if you're interested. It was a really cool theory, so go check it out. I don't see that happening, but I never made those connections before, so I'm really glad I found this out so I could talk about it here, because that's actually really, really cool. So here you go. That was number 2. I got one left. We're not covering the Greyjoys. You guys know who the Greyjoys are. So yeah, the last video of the Kingsmoot week will be Dusting Drum. So if you didn't watch Gilbert Godfrey Farwin, go check that one out. Also, I got a bunch of other stuff that'll be popping up on the screen. I have like 70 freaking Assigned by Some Fire characters I've covered, so go check them all out. I got a bunch. So yeah, I've been doing it over a year now by the time this video comes out. So thank you guys for watching, and until then, till I see you next time, go marry a seal. Peace.